America Tonight. Trump hits. Pause on Iran strikes. Major intelligence shakeup. AI debate heats up, and the World Cup begins. Good evening, America. Tonight, several major stories are unfolding at the same time, and each one could have significant consequences for national security, the economy, and America's place on the global stage. President Trump says military strikes on Iran are being paused after what he describes as meaningful progress toward a potential agreement. At the same time, a surprise nomination for one of the country's most important intelligence positions is raising eyebrows in Washington. Meanwhile, a high-profile criminal case in Minnesota has taken a dramatic turn. Lawmakers are debating how artificial intelligence could reshape the future of work. And millions of sports fans around the world are celebrating the start of the biggest soccer tournament on the planet. But among all these developments, one question stands out. Are we witnessing a period of de-escalation and stability, or are these simply temporary pauses before even bigger battles ahead? Let's break it all down. The biggest headline tonight comes from the Middle East. President Trump announced that military strikes against Iran are being paused as negotiations reportedly continue behind the scenes. According to the administration, discussions have made enough progress that officials believe there is now a realistic pathway toward an agreement. Trump stated that key points have been approved by all parties involved, signaling optimism that a broader understanding could be reached in the near future. However, this is not being presented as a complete resolution. One major restriction remains in place. The United States is continuing its blockade measures connected to the strategically important Strait of Hormuz until a final agreement is completed. Why does that matter? Because the Strait of Hormuz is one of the most critical shipping routes in the entire world. A significant portion of global energy supplies move through that narrow waterway. Any disruption there can send shockwaves through international markets, affect fuel prices, and create uncertainty for businesses and consumers alike. Supporters of the president argue that maintaining pressure while negotiations continue is a smart strategy. They believe it provides leverage and encourages all sides to remain committed to reaching a final deal. Critics, however, argue that the situation remains fragile and that a pause in military action does not necessarily mean long-term stability has been achieved. And that's the key point tonight. The story isn't over. The pause may be important, but investors, military analysts, and international leaders will be watching closely to see whether negotiations ultimately succeed or collapse. Because if talks break down, tensions could quickly return. And that's why this story matters far beyond Washington. Now let's turn to another major development that could reshape the intelligence community. President Trump has nominated Jay Clayton to serve as the next director of national intelligence. The position is one of the most powerful intelligence roles in the federal government. The director oversees coordination among multiple intelligence agencies and helps provide critical information to policymakers and national security leaders. If confirmed, Clayton would replace Tulsi Gabbard. The nomination arrives during a period of intense debate in Washington over surveillance authorities, intelligence oversight, and national security powers. Lawmakers have been divided over how certain intelligence tools should be used and monitored. Some members of Congress want stronger oversight, while others argue that intelligence agencies need flexibility to respond to growing threats from around the world. The nomination is already generating discussion across the political spectrum. Supporters say Clayton's legal and government experience could help strengthen coordination within the intelligence community. Skeptics are questioning how the leadership change could affect ongoing debates involving surveillance powers and intelligence operations. The confirmation process is expected to receive significant attention in the coming weeks. And as history has shown, intelligence leadership decisions often have long-lasting effects that extend far beyond the headlines of a single day. Next, we move to a tragic case that has captured national attention. The man accused of killing Minnesota state lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband has entered a guilty plea. The case shocked many Americans because it involved violence directed at elected public officials. According to authorities, the defendant also shot and injured State Senator John Hoffman and his wife during the same series of events. Federal prosecutors ultimately decided not to pursue the death penalty, and following that decision, the defendant changed his plea. Even with the guilty plea, legal proceedings are not completely finished. Additional state-level murder charges remain active. meaning the case will continue moving through the justice system. For many people, the case has renewed discussions about political violence and the growing concerns surrounding threats against public officials. Americans may disagree passionately about politics. That's nothing new. But many leaders across the political spectrum continue to emphasize that political disagreements should never escalate into violence. The emotional impact of this case is likely to remain with many families, communities, and lawmakers for a long time. Now let's shift to a story that could affect virtually every American worker in the years ahead. Artificial intelligence. Today, technology experts appeared on Capitol Hill to discuss how AI could influence the economy, workplace productivity, consumer costs, and long-term competitiveness. The conversation reflected a growing reality. Artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic concept. It's already here. Businesses are integrating AI tools into customer service, software development, logistics, manufacturing, healthcare, education, and countless other industries. Supporters argue that AI could help lower costs, improve efficiency, and boost economic growth. Some experts believe the technology could unlock enormous productivity gains that benefit businesses and consumers alike. But concerns remain. Many workers are asking an understandable question. What happens to jobs? Lawmakers repeatedly focused on that issue during discussions. Can America embrace innovation while also protecting workers? Can businesses increase efficiency without creating widespread job displacement? Can the United States remain globally competitive while ensuring ordinary families benefit from technological progress? Those questions don't have easy answers. And that's why AI is quickly becoming one of the most important policy debates of the decade. What Congress decides today could influence the shape of the American economy for many years to come. Finally tonight, let's talk about something bringing excitement to millions of people around the globe. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is officially underway. Fans have been waiting years for this moment. The tournament opened with Mexico securing a victory over South Africa in Mexico City, giving supporters an early reason to celebrate. The World Cup is more than just a sporting event. It's one of the largest global gatherings in sports, attracting billions of viewers and generating enormous economic activity across host nations. For the next several weeks, national pride, unforgettable moments, dramatic upsets, and incredible athletic performances will dominate conversations around the world. Whether you're a lifelong soccer fan or someone who only tunes in during the World Cup, this tournament has a unique ability to bring people together. And if history is any guide, we're almost certain to witness moments that people will be talking about for years. So what should Americans take away from all of tonight's headlines? First, the situation involving Iran appears to be moving toward diplomacy rather than immediate escalation, but significant uncertainty remains. Second, the nomination of a new intelligence chief could shape national security discussions for years ahead. Third, the Minnesota case serves as a reminder of the devastating consequences of political violence. Fourth, artificial intelligence is rapidly becoming one of the defining economic issues of our time. And finally, the World Cup is now underway, giving sports fans across the globe something exciting to rally around. It's one of those nights when international diplomacy, national security, technology, criminal justice, and sports are all competing for attention at the same time. And each story is likely to continue developing in the days ahead. We'll be watching every angle, every update, and every major development as they happen. If you enjoyed this report and want straightforward coverage of the biggest stories shaping America and the world, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. Stay informed, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next report.
Yeah, I'm wide awake, scrolling through every move you make. You said I'm fine, yeah, classic you, but I know that line ain't ever true. Got your hoodie still in my room, smells like a cheap cologne perfume. Tryna act like I don't care, but your ghost is everywhere. You say we're good, but we're not the same. Now I'm dancing in the pouring rain. Thought we were will forever guess I was wrong. Now I'm just another sad love song. You left me on red, yeah, no reply. Got me overthinking every night. Was it real or just a vibe? Guess I'll never know this time. You said ride or die, and you dipped so fast. Now I'm stuck living in the past. Yeah, you played me like a game instead. Now I'm crying cause you left me on red. Cause you left me on red. Your playlist still got my name, but you don't feel the same. That's insane. Posting pics like you're okay while I'm breaking every single day. You said no drama, no goodbyes, but you vanished like a lullaby. Now I'm staring at my screen like, what did you really mean? Every text I never sent, every word I still regret. You moved on like nothing's wrong while I'm stuck inside this song. You left me on red, yeah, no reply. Got me overthinking every night. Was it real or just a vibe? Guess I'll never know this time. You said ride or die, then you dipped so fast. Now I'm stuck living in the past. Yeah, you played me like a game instead. Now I'm crying cause you left me on red. Maybe I was just a phase, just a spark that fades away. But you were my whole damn sky. Now I'm learning how to say goodbye. Yeah, I'm done with your mixed signals, your late night, I miss your riddles. You lost me, yeah, that's your loss. Now I'm stronger, I'm my own boss. You left me on red, but now I'm fine. Got my heart back, yeah, it's mine. Wasn't love just a disguise? Now I see through all your lies. You said ride or die, but I survived. Now I'm finally feeling alive. Yeah, you broke me, but instead I found myself when you left me on